Hey everybody, Shoma32 here. Welcome to the channel. We're here today to react to the 13th episode of season 3 of classic Doctor Who. This one is entitled Coronas of the Sun, and the story is the Daleks' master plan. Now, I think the first thing I need to say is apologies for there being no reaction to the previous episode. Oh, that was frustrating. I've gone through a lot of changes now, but I've had so many tech issues recently, but my laptop, basically, it seems to be doing, knock on wood, that's wood enough, that it seems to be doing better now, but I think what it was, basically my camera froze as soon as I pressed record last time, so I had no camera footage to use for the reaction. But what I've done since, because I had it happen again towards the end of another reaction, what I've done, I've tried to rearrange my laptop. I've currently got my laptop, instead of over in the corner using the same plug source as everything else, it's currently to the right of me where my PlayStation went. They've basically switched positions now, and it's on another plug source, and so far that seems to be working. So far, I say that now, it's probably going to fuck up with this one, isn't it? Ay. But it's just, I think it was more of either too much demand on the power source or not enough power getting to the laptop or something like that. I'm hoping anyway. But fingers crossed it's okay. I'm now paranoid. Yes, I do have the plug switched on because I made that mistake as well. Ay, so many things going wrong recently, but I tried editing down what I had like I've done before when my camera hasn't worked, where I've done my dialogue, done a still picture over some parts, that kind of thing, and things like that. But I think because it was one of the 3 surviving episodes of this story, which I'm pissed off that I couldn't get that one working, I think it must have been under like a real scrutiny and under watch from the BBC, which is fair enough. It's one of their surviving episodes. I completely understand it. But it got down to over 10 times getting copyrighted, 10 different edits, to the point where there was barely any, there was 5 minutes of, or not quite 5 minutes, but it was not enough. Because it wasn't just one segment, it was but that bit set there, that bit there, that bit there, that bit there. So it's kind of like that, and it just, by what got over 10 times, it was getting extremely late. Basically stopped me from doing anything else that night, pretty much. And it just got to the point where it's just you know what, try one more time. If it's not that, this one's not going to work. It's not going to be worth it, because what would be left was not going to be worth it after that. And sadly, it didn't go through, but it happens. Unfortunately, I tried literally several hours going through it, editing out a little bit and it's trying to make it still seem coherent, rendering it for the rendering time luckily got less and less each time because there was more and more cut out, but then uploading it, waiting for it to process, finding out it's copyrighted, going through it again, and doing that 10 times. It was just, it wasn't worth it, unfortunately. To the end, what was left, it just wasn't worth carrying on going, unfortunately. I wish it was, but considering it wasn't just they were telling me to cut out one scene, it was getting a mess. It really was, and it was frustrating because it's, and now I'm saying it's frustrating. I'm nice and cozy warm because I've had to wrap up because I'm quite cold today and I'm in a lot of pain, so I need to wrap up because I'm this certain type of temperature. I'm yawning now, so apologies. It's not what I'm watching. It's just I've been exhausted all day for some reason, and I think it's the last few days I've been in a lot of pain as well physically. So that's making me tired. So if I yawn during this, it's not because of the reconstruction, because it is a reconstruction by Loose Cannon or El Doctorio on Daily Motion. But I'm paranoid. I'm gonna keep looking at you guys, because then I'll see, luckily there's a light, and if my camera cuts out, it goes down. So hopefully I'll see that at the corner of my eye. Unfortunately, that's so far over now. To see that, I need to look over there. But I did like the last one. It was great. I like when there's a lot of surviving, or not a lot of surviving episodes, or a lot of surviving footage. Whatever we get gets me really excited, because it's like it gives me like with the other episodes when these reconstructions, these fantastic reconstructions, have had any surviving footage in them. It gives I can't help but smile. It gives me chills, because it's like the fact that some of it survives is incredible. So fingers crossed for myself, because you guys will know by now, hopefully, that whether or not there is some footage for this one. But I really liked the last one, like Mavic Chen panicking ish. Actually, no, it's more of his assistant guy panicking, because obviously the doctor and that got in that. It wasn't transport they called that. I can't remember what was it they called it. No. I'm thinking of several different things at once, because there was some transport stuff in Red Dwarf as well, which is confusing my head what I'm trying to remember. But it was really interesting. I like the guys that go, no, you are not going in there. This is our experiment. You're going to interrupt it. But they got away with Sara Kingdom, who turns out to be Brett's sister, which is she killed her own brother without question, just because she thought he was a traitor. Didn't even give him a chance to explain or prove that. But now I think she seems to be coming round to it, or she regrets it. But unfortunately, we've now got the Daleks right there, which is going to make it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And especially with the doctor saying the Daleks have won. That's a hell of a cliffhanger. I can imagine what people's reactions back then would have been like, wait, what? Is this the last episode of this show? What is going on? I don't know. Luckily, we know it's not, because when I'm reacting to this, I'm reacting to this on a Saturday evening. And next Friday, just gone midnight, I'm going to be watching new Doctor Who. So I'm very excited. We know the Daleks didn't win. I hope. Well, they could have won in that situation, and then get back to the TARDIS, go back, and then I don't know. It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It gets confusing after a while. Or as in The Good Place, Jeremy Bearimy. Very confusing. If I get those two like that confused with this, my head's gonna hurt. But I'm interested to see this reconstruction, because Loose Cannon have done amazing things with this. But I implore you to go watch that first. I'm not going to link to it, because I don't want to be the reason, as always, I don't want to be the reason that they get caught out by the BBC or get in trouble or anything like that. But they've been there for years. They do fantastic reconstructions. They're on Daily Motion. Just looking, I think it's putting the episode title and Daily Motion or something like that. There's multiple different ways. You just put it into Google and it will come up with them. And if they're fantastic reconstructions, they put in so much effort. They're so creative. And I'm interested to see what we do this one. Fingers crossed we got the description at the bottom, because that really helps. Because sometimes there's stuff happening, obviously, because there's silent moments creeping through the forest kind of thing. We've got to have some description. They're not going to cut out the audio, are they? And sometimes they make their own footage, still take from other places. And then sometimes we have had surviving footage. And I'm excited to see if we get any this time. If we don't, that's fine, because the audio survived, and that's better than nothing at all, isn't it? But if you enjoy this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give the notification bell a tick. You'll know when the next episode goes live. Let's get going with the reaction. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm so glad I got my volume thing here, because for some reason that's very loud. And I've already turned it down from its usual volume I keep it set at. But I've already taken my cardigan off, because I was getting too warm, and I would probably get too relaxed and comfortable, and I might end up drifting off. So apologies if I seem a bit quiet. And also I'm in pain, so I don't want to get too ugh. Okay, I was thinking, hang on, surviving footage already, but this is from the previous episode. God, this episode's loud.
I'm afraid, my friends, the Daleks have won.
Is this surviving footage from the beginning of this episode? Because that looks a bit more, but then again, it's on Daily Motion. Probably I'm not off the BBC, so it's probably not going to be as Dennis Spooner. That name sounds familiar. Why do I know the name Dennis Spooner? Oh, is that the invisible creatures?
Over the uranium core.
If I do, what guarantee is there that you won't fire your guns afterwards?
None, they're Daleks.
Seismic detector shows that the
Whoa!
object he is carrying is the uranium. You will
Shit, okay, so they know.
surrender it.
That must be just a bit of footage from the previous episode, right? Or something like that, because I was very brief.
To end this stalemate, may I suggest...
There will be no more discussion. The core is to be handed over.
You can.
Reform line. Prepare to exterminate them.
If you do, you destroy the terranium. For some reason I wanted to say terrarium. I know that's not right.
Noise.
Oh, good. The creatures can get them.
Attacking in force.
Nice.
Patrol alert! Patrol alert! Annihilate them! Annihilate
As the
them!
Daleks turn, the travellers flee. Is this footage? God, that's bright. It's really cool idea to do them invisible, because then you could just like have somebody out of shot rustling the leaves type thing. Really simple, and then just the roaring sounds and that.
Keep going.
Come on. Whoa! Is this Dalek? Is this Jesus, that's bright. Is this really Dalek footage from this episode? This is so cool. God, it keeps going so bright white. Okay, they couldn't have shot the Doctor in that anyway, because they would have blown up, destroyed the terranium, or like, at least rendered it unusable, you know? They can't risk damaging it. Just why they can't give it up, because it's their one protection.
Are the fugitives still evading capture? Yes. There
Yes.
has been no further contact. Reinforcements can be dispatched.
Yeah, because they're quite close, aren't they? Because good circumstance that they happen to transport there. Or that's where the aim was. Ish.
Failure will not be tolerated.
I ain't going to be happy with the ones that aren't getting them yet. Okay. God, I recognise this type of ship from, is it a Dalek Invasion of Earth? I can recognise that ship, or something similar to that anyway.
It'll never work.
Well,
They might have adapted it slightly, but...
We'll be back here before he can get started.
for us, they won't expect us to come back here.
Look, they're not complete fools.
Like most of the Doctor's plans, this one's simple. It won't take long.
Well, why doesn't he get started then?
Give him time.
Yeah, you got to give him a chance.
He's had dealings with the Daleks before.
I have no choice.
Yeah, you don't.
He should be in position by now.
Come on, Doctor. I really like how they've done that with it looks like a computer generated Dalek then. It looked really good.
Remain where you are.
Okay, he's a distraction.
I've come to give myself up.
He has?
You have the uranium.
I have.
He's not going to give them a real one, is he?
Shall I give it to you? Or would you prefer me to hand it to you in your ship?
You will wait there until the patrol returns.
That's not going to be the real one, is it? They're not going to give them the actual terranium.
Oh, my tin friend, never. You mustn't forget that I came here...
Slaps
to
mud
render
onto
my
the
own-
Dalek's eye. Ah, nice. Kind of similar to what Barbara did when they were captured. Was it in the... Was it like the first like one? Yeah, it was the first story where she got made the sole of her shoe into like a mud and slapped it on the front. Jesus, that got loud. Okay. Nice. Good.
Vacuum lock reading 2.24.
Oh, the power build-up is far too slow. Feed in that extra energy.
They better not be careful though, because if they don't 100% understand it, they got to be careful they don't overload it. And plus, they need to close the doors.
Splendid.
Close the doors. Close the door. Well, that was perfectly timed, wasn't it?
Coding 100. All blue reading.
Oh, they're lifting off by the sounds of it.
Now.
Hold tight.
Come on. I'm surprised they've already got away. That's insane.
You have failed in your task.
Well, they're not going to be pleased with him, are they?
I agree that my mission was to return to Earth and recover the Terranium.
Yeah, but you failed.
This I have not done.
Failure will not
Yeah.
be tolerated.
But I did notify you of the fugitive's whereabouts.
That's true. They failed to capture him.
You make your incompetence sound like an achievement.
Incompetence now, is it? You forget that the original blunder was not of my doing.
It's true.
Journey to and from Earth to correct the failing your security force,
And he's got to be careful with it so they don't figure it out.
which will allow you to recover the missing Terranium easily and simply. If that is a failure, then I have failed.
Oh, he's good with his words, because... But does he know that they're on an escape ship?
The fugitives have stolen our pursuit ship.
There you
and
go.
left the planet Mira.
So the Daleks have failed. Smiles to himself at the news. Of course he does.
What news of our force? They
Yeah.
are stranded on the planet and under constant attack.
Leave him there, I think he'll say, because they failed.
Dispatch a rescue ship to
Really?
their aid. They will be dealt with on their return.
You're going to squander those resources for people or Daleks that failed? I'm surprised they didn't just leave them. But then again, they don't want the technology to get
You have
captured.
the audacity to accuse me, Mobbing Jen, of incompetence. A Dalek pursuit ship stolen?
It is not,
Really?
it is not an emergency.
No.
Oh, he's talking over the top of them now. Be careful, buddy. Then again, he wants to basically take over everything, it seems like.
But we, the Daleks, are still in command.
Oh, he'll work his way through. Or try to. But this isn't the Marvick Chen story. Ish. By title, I mean.
No, of course it won't, my dear boy. It's the whole point.
I mean, your plan.
No, we shall have to make a copy. A copy so exact that we can deceive the Daleks.
Basically a copy of the Terranium.
I'm sure the doctor can copy it well enough.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You, my dear. Thank you. I'll have a good try.
I'm just surprised that she was actually faithful. Or, she has faith in him like that, but I'm still suspicious of him. What is that noise? Rush back to the flight controls? Uh-huh.
We're moving away on a selected route.
Yes, their ship.
We're on the course for the planet Kembel.
Yeah, they're in control of the ship. It's their ship.
That settles that.
Well, isn't that rather a drastic way of dealing with things?
Look, Sarah, the technology of my age may be hundreds of years behind yours and the doctor's, but there are still some things I can handle.
Yes, of course it is, my dear boy.
What year was he from? I can't remember again. Okay.
Ship has broken free of our control.
Oh, that lasted, didn't it?
Activate magnetized beam.
Shit, they're basically a tractor beam, yeah?
It will pull them to Kembel.
That's got to be a strong beam to reach that far.
Power of the Time Destructor in our possession. I trust.
Of course,
Huh.
of course.
They don't like having their mistakes pointed out.
How do you propose to activate?
Oh, we're working on that, yes.
Activate.
What's wrong with that?
Too primitive, my boy. Too primitive and far too dangerous.
Activate what? To make activate it to make it look like terranium, or
I still think G-force would do the trick.
Stephen, be careful.
Planet Kembel, but...
You need to be careful, but they need to get back there at some point because they're TARDIS.
That will take us right back to the Daleks.
Let's try
Yeah.
Come on.
They gotta be careful. Connects to fake. Oh no, Stephen. Oh, Stephen, be careful. Don't ruin it.
Stephen,
My dear boy. What's happened?
Is he all right?
he's tried his experiment with G-force and reliance.
He's still alive.
Oh, thank God for that. I was actually feared he was dead then.
It's just like the real terranium.
Oh, so it worked. It just injured him.
Stephen's theory has proved successful. What about the poor boy?
He's gonna be all right. He better not bloody die already. I like him.
It appears that you have at last succeeded in getting the Terranium back.
For now. Will you be able to tell that there's something wrong with it?
They will be tried and found guilty as traitors to the solar system.
Lovely.
After all, the woman is from Earth.
Doctor's not, though. He's not even from that solar system. So how can they put him on trial, you know?
If they disappear for good. Those people would be curious and ask what happened to them.
Very true.
Possible that they might find out that the Daleks executed them.
It's true, you don't want to draw attention.
It is essential that you do not allow your Earth people to become
They gotta
furious.
be really careful.
Too late.
Yes, we will have conquered the solar system before our presence here is discovered. Once we have the Terranium, there is nothing to stop us.
Very well.
How are we going to get out of, and how can they be convinced? But if he's not going to be there, if he's leaving, that's actually going to be quite
And I
good
think it's
because
about
he'd
time
probably
we
be able to
left
tell.
join them.
Oh crap, he's going to meet them. So he'd probably be able to work out that it's fake.
I think the effect's wearing off.
No, my dear, he's adapting to it. Can you talk, my boy? No, he's still under the influence of that force field. Nothing bad will happen to you. Now, don't worry,
Oh, Stephen. Oh, at least he managed to nod. He can understand what they're saying. That's good. I'm worried about him, though.
But I must confess, I have no cure for that condition.
He's enclosed in a force field.
Force field?
Bring me that fake Terranium,
Uh-huh. Or bringing it near him, break him out of it, maybe?
Try and understand. This is very important, so you must trust me. You do understand. Just try and indicate.
Give a nod. He blinks. Okay, he blinked. Oh, Stephen. I'm half wish I could see that scene in real footage, but I'm also kind of glad because I might get emotional seeing him like that. Oh, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be there because he's going to be able to work out that it's fake because he's had the most experience with it.
Now we're going to face the Daleks.
Come on, you guys can do it. But are they going to get away?
Stephen will lead the way.
Oh, Stephen, be careful. If he's got a force field on him, is he protected? That he can't kill him?
But it won't. It can't work.
It's our only chance, my dear.
Oh, Stephen.
I would suggest that you give that to me, young man.
No.
Hey, be careful, Doctor.
But you are still in no position to bargain.
I will hand over the Terranium outside my ship, the TARDIS.
Good point, good point.
It is not acceptable.
You heard what the Dalek Supreme said.
Outside my ship, the TARDIS. Oh, nowhere.
He seems
It's got to work. But why did he give it to Stephen? Is it because of the force field they said about?
Kingdom.
Sarah, be careful.
Traitor.
Oh, he did not seem to like the fact that she called him traitor. Nice. Because if she gets back to Earth now, before him...
The young man will give you the Terranium when the girl and I are safely inside my ship, the
But if
TARDIS.
he manages to... If they manage to get back, she might be believed.
I will give you further instructions from inside my TARDIS.
Oh, Stephen, be careful. I'm worried about him.
Stephen, hand the box over to Chen. Then come inside the TARDIS.
What if they shoot him? He's going to know it's fake.
This is it.
Oh,
Exterminate him!
no. The force field. That's how. The force field. Nice. We got the TARDIS back. So that's awesome.
The ray guns did not take effect.
Now, hopefully that is broken the effect of what was going on with him.
Being to withstand their fire.
What happened is
Ha 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 ha
we
ha.
have the Terranium.
Do
The
you?
invasion can go ahead.
Do you have the Terranium? Can't wait until you've... The surviving footage. I can't wait until you... Damn it, I thought we were having that...
The Dalek guns must have destroyed that force field.
Nice, nice.
It's a pity I've blacked out. I mean, if I knew the ratio readings, we could use the same force again to protect us from the Daleks.
Certainly
It's good
not.
point. Not when you're in that state the way he was. Whew.
I'd have killed yourself.
Yeah.
Blown up the spaceship. Then where would we all be?
I know where I'd be. I don't know about you.
No.
If it hadn't been for me, how would you have charged the Terranium and carried out the handover? I think we should experiment further.
I don't care what you think.
I know, but it's not worth your life.
You think science turned down your discovery? Because it isn't safe. Perhaps
Yeah.
in future you'll pay attention to what I say. And remember that I happen to be the leader of this expedition. And I don't want to keep on repeating myself.
Doc,
Never mind.
I'm with the Doctor. It's not worth his life. Like, okay, it might have a one-time force field over him, but the state he was in is not worth it.
It stopped going up and down.
Well, that means we've landed.
What's wrong?
Scanner's not working.
Can you mend it?
Yes, I shall have to repair
I can kind of see something.
Check it up with the whole circuit.
Let's get on with it.
Get it! You see those dials? Now, do you know what that means? If either
No.
of you went outside, it would be extremely dangerous.
Why?
The atmosphere is entirely poisonous.
Oh, I'm sorry. The next episode's called The Feast of Stephen. Excuse me? That's not a worrying title in the slightest. I don't quite understand the science behind what did happen to Stephen and how it created a force field, but I was genuinely worried he was going to die or he was dead. But look, I am with the Doctor. They can't do that again because, okay, as I said, one-time force field. But then, what are they going to be like afterwards? Or whilst they're in the force field? They'll be like he was, and it's just, they won't be able to get anything done. And also, what if the Daleks shot twice, like the Doctor said? Oh, I wish I could have seen Mavic Chen's face when Sara called him a traitor. It's like, oh, I feel like maybe she'll be believed a little bit, considering she was working with him and she's a trusted person. So maybe if she says something, it might be believed. We can hope. Anyway. But, oh, I have no idea what's going to happen next now. Like, was the Doctor being truthful with saying the outside's poisonous, or are we just going to land somewhere and he just didn't want to tell them yet? So I swear I could see the outline of something in that the fuzzy picture on the screen. Almost looked like an archway. But I liked what Mavic Chen was saying, like, basically, like, okay, I messed up, but I told you where they were. I gave you the perfect opportunity to capture them right so near this planet you're currently on. You're the ones that have been incompetent in picking them up from there. So it's like he's so good at wording it like that. He was so good at wording it. I am nervous that Stephen's going to do something. Especially with that title of the next episode. I'm so nervous. I hope we don't lose him. I'm genuinely worried we're going to lose Stephen. I don't want to. I really like Sara as well, but it doesn't mean I can't. Hang on, let me say it again. Off the top of my head, I cannot think of a class companion I've heard of called Sara. Doesn't mean that she doesn't become a full companion past this story. It's just not one that triggers a thought in my head for myself personally. So it's like, I don't know if that means that it's just not like one of the iconic, very popular ones, or she's just for this story, or like Brett, only a few episodes, or it's I just don't know. I just happen to have not heard about these episodes that she's been in. But I hope we go for a little bit, because it's interesting to see somebody who was on the other side, or was on Mavic Chen's side, but then it's realized that he was the bad guy. But I kind of wish, in a way, that there was more of a conflict of trying to she didn't so easily believe the Doctor, okay, it wasn't easy, but you know what I mean, she's now traitor, you're the traitor, these guys are doing the right thing, without genuine proof in front of her eyes type thing. It's just from what he was saying. So it would have been interesting to see it develop over the episode properly, and seeing something, or overhearing Mavic Chen talking to the Daleks, that kind of thing, to develop that instead of having it just believe in they did. But yeah, I'm really worried and nervous about the next episode. I keep looking over there, but as far as I can tell, at this time of recording, my camera has not frozen. Whether or not something else hasn't gone wrong, by the time I check the files afterwards, or by the time you guys see this, that's a whole different matter. But as of what I can tell right now, things seem to be okay. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought of this one. I can't tell. I just wanted to say that I can't tell whether or not we actually got any new surviving footage that was from this episode, or they just reused bits from that previous one. But it was done so well that I cannot tell. Like, their reconstructions are amazing. They're going to be such a valuable resource for me, because they've got so many, and they've got some behind the scenes interviews and stuff like that. So they're a great resource. I highly recommend going to find their Daily Motion channel, really do. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought. But if you enjoyed the reaction, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give the notification bell a tick. You'll know when the next episode goes live. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again for the next one. Bye bye.